Hi there. Welcome to Marble Halls TV. And yeah, that was not the best of games, let's be honest. Um, the only positive I can think of is that we were 3-0 down and we came back. But that begs the question, we should not have been 3-0 down in the first place. Um, Jesse Lingard always seems to put in a good performance against us. And look, I don't think he's ever been a top level player, but he's a good player. And I think he may get into the England squad. I think deservedly so, in my opinion. He's done very well this season, but overall, it was poor and symptomatic of so many faults that we've had in this season. Um, so yeah, defensively we were poor. We were 3-0 down because the first goal. All right, cool. That's a great strike by Lingard. You can't blame anyone for that. Second goal, what were we doing? We were asleep. We did not note their quick take in a free kick. Third goal, Luiz, to be fair, he's done okay this season generally, especially in the last 2-3 months maybe, but he got out jumped and out fought and bullied by was it Antonio, I think it was. And really they would deserve their 3-0 up. West Ham, you can say man for man, they're not that much better than us, but they deserve to be higher in the league than us because they've played better, more consistently. David Moyes, the Man United thing, but when he was at Everton, they even finished in the top four, I think, one season under him. So, David Moyes is a reasonably he's an okay manager. I think the Man United thing, really, when you come after a legend like the GOAT of football management, Sir Alex Ferguson, you're going to struggle. So, but as for us today, Arteta was not happy this post-match. Well, why should he be happy? But again, I think the players probably let him down. Though he let himself down, I think, with the team selection. He should have started Martinelli. Saka, I think, should have got another rest. Got a rest. I can see why he started Aubameyang and Laka. Xhaka, Partey, right, cool. That's our strongest midfield combination. I didn't have an issue with Pablo Mari. I thought he was going to rotate again. And this rotation thing seems to bother people, but all teams are doing it. Look, literally as I speak and I'm doing this, Tottenham, I think, are 1-0 up to Villa. Vinicius scored. How often does he play? Usually their front line is Kane, Song when he's fit, and what's his name, Gareth Bale, maybe sometimes Bergwijn, I know Lucas Moura. Vinicius has not played much, but again, you have to rotate. All teams have to rotate because you're playing literally one game every 3 days. Everyone is, not just us, everyone. Plus, to some extent, for teams in Europe, it's going to be harder. If you're like a West Ham aren't in Europe. They're not in the FA Cup, so they've got less games to play. We have, hopefully, if we can get to the final, we still have a lot of games to play. So, again, but that goes to it. Why not play Martinelli? This is the time for Martinelli to prove himself. Not prove himself, but to further strengthen his hand in the manager's eyes. But, Arteta, if the players were not following the game plan, as Arteta said, all right, cool, he has a perfect total right to be angry. But if he is not, he has to take some share of the blame, because I think he should have started Martinelli at least. Maybe Pepe too. I don't know why Pepe's on the bench all the time. I think as our record signing and in his second season, you should think he should have more time to bed in by now, but that's by the by. So yeah, I'm going to go to player ratings now. So hopefully you all can see that. Excuse me. All right, cool. So Bert Leno, for me, my man gets a 3. Look, I rate Bert Leno. I think he is a good goalkeeper, but he is very erratic. And 2 of the goals were his fault. especially that second goal. Yes, you can say the defense was sleeping, but you should not allow to go by the near post. The third goal, all right, cool. You can say maybe positioning, but I don't know. For me, I'll give a 3. Chambers, first half, he was rubbish. Second half, he improved a lot. Got 2 assists, 7. Luis, 3. Should not have let what's his name come in and header. Pablo Mari, a 2. Look, I like him. I think he's a good defender overall, but he had a shocker. Tierney, again, I like him a lot, but he was very weak. Xhaka, 5. Didn't do much. Xhaka, to be fair, has been playing okay lately, but I still don't think he's the right fit. Partey, I think Thomas Partey is the kind of profile of midfielder we need, but I don't know, maybe it's injuries, maybe for whatever reason he's not adapted well, but I think next season will be where the rubber truly meets the road with Partey, but today was okay at very, very best 4. Aubameyang, my striker, my captain, but lately he's been very, very weak. 2. Laka, my man of the match. The first one probably was going wide a bit, so that's probably why. I think the convention is that if there's a deflection, if the shot is going in without the deflection, then you give it to the player. If it's going wide and not on target, so maybe the shot wasn't on target, but definitely the second goal was his. And yeah, he worked hard, he dropped deep as usual. And yeah, for me, 8. Odegaard, 8. He did very well, but I'll give the man of the match to Laka. Odegaard, should we sign him up? I think we should. He is the number 10 or creative midfielder we've lacked for years. That's no disrespect to Mesut Ozil, but that is that. Saka, 4. I think Saka needs a bit of a rest. And for me, yes, players have dips in form, but I don't know, he shouldn't have started this game in my opinion. Started Martinelli, which I'll give a 5, or to whom I'll give a 5. Look sharp, Smith Rowe again. Look sharp, Pepe. Look sharp. Arteta, 4. Bad attitude from the players, which is his job to instill. He did start Martinelli, but I don't know. I think he has to take his share of the blame. Even if the players were not following his orders, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's not his fault, but again, you should be the one. You control the players. You tell them what to do. So I don't know. I think for me, 4 out of 10 is fair. So yeah, not the best. What we got a point. As it stands, Spurs are still 1-0 up. So our good friends are actually no. As I read on BBC, Kane has scored a penalty. So our good friends are actually doing us a favour by keeping Villa in 9th for now. So yeah, we should not have been 3-0 down. And the only positive really is that we fought back. We should not have had to fight back in the first place. So yeah, thanks a lot for listening. And it's the international break. And yeah, thanks a lot.